So today we're going to talk about two different things. There's one has to do with prefixes or suffixes and prefixes, and then the other one has to do with vocabulary. Would you like to start with reading about earthquakes and doing the vocabulary portion, or would you like to do the root words and prefixes and suffixes? Which one do you want to do first? Well, you pick. You don't know? Can I pick? Okay. So first, then, let's start with reading this passage about earthquakes, and then we'll do the vocabulary portion of it. How's that sound? Okay. All right. So go ahead and read through that. You can either read out loud or read in your head, whatever you would like. So what you're going to do is you're going to find two words that you want to kind of explore the different. So I'd make it a word that you're maybe not necessarily as familiar with or that is interesting to you. A really good vocabulary word. Alright, so nuclear. And populated. Okay, those seem like some good words. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over a PowerPoint that has to do with using reference materials. Do you know what reference materials are? Books? Okay, so do you know different examples of reference materials that are books? Is that a reference material? That's my book. Atlas. Do you know what an atlas is?
Yeah.
What is it?
The book, like, of that year. It's sort of like an informational world record book.
Oh, you're talking about an almanac.
Oh.
That's also a reference book because it tells you different things that happened in the year. An atlas has maps in it. Can you think of another reference material that we don't use them as dictionary? Yeah. So what does the dictionary tell us?
Something people don't use anymore because we got the internet.
I know we don't use it as much anymore, but it's still. A dictionary and dictionary.com tell us the same things. What kinds of things does dictionary or dictionary.com tell us?
Like how to pronounce words.
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes in the actual book it's hard to tell what they are trying to say.
What else does it tell us besides pronunciation?
Like different meaning of the words.
Mm-hmm. Do they sometimes use them in sentences?
Yeah, and they also have like different versions of the words and antonyms and synonyms.
Antonyms and synonyms, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so here is a PowerPoint on different types. So there's using reference materials, there's dictionaries, encyclopedias, atlases, almanacs, and thesauruses. And we're going to read a little bit about each one. So you want to go ahead and read that? Or would you like me to?
Yeah.
Alright, so the dictionary is a reference book that gives meaning, spelling, and pronunciation of words. Words are arranged in alphabetical order, so what does that mean?
Like A, B, C, D, E. Like D goes in the dog, C goes in the cat, alligator goes under A.
Yep. And then apparently, this is what this says, no single dictionary contains a complete list of every single word in the English language. Why do you think that is?
Because, like, it's impossible to think, like, word. Oh, yes, word. And
to, like, make a list of them all?
Yeah, because, like, there's, like, one word. You always, like, temporarily forget something. Like, if we're focusing on something, anything else that we're not focused on, we forget.
What about, do they have to update the dictionary?
Yes.
Alright. Encyclopedia. Have you used encyclopedias before?
That's sort of like a dictionary, but sort of not at the same time.
Yeah. So an encyclopedia is a collection of comprehensive articles about people, places, events, and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of tells more about
details.
things. Yeah. So it explains who, what, where, when, why, and how. It also has like pictures and diagrams and maps to help somebody understand what they're explaining.
Yeah, inside of dictionaries too, but not as much.
Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes little diagrams in the dictionary, but you'll usually find them more in encyclopedias.
Yeah, like maybe for graph, just like a picture of a graph, as an example.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is we're going to kind of break down these words and find out different things about the words while using reference materials. So this is something for you to complete.
Tomato red.
It's actually an orange Sharpie. So you're going to write the word.
Failed.
The word. So you have two of these. You're going to write the word that you chose. So you chose nuclear and populated. You're going to write the definition, the pronunciation, any root words that you find, and hold on. You're going to write similarities and differences, or similar words to that, so synonyms, and then use it in sentences with context clues that would help somebody understand what the word is if they've never read it.
Okay, we're just the last word out of the two. Populated. Definition. Living in, existent, root word and reading. I couldn't come up with anything. Similar words, and I guess living in, existent. Use it. It's me, Jack, and Toby. We had populated the bathroom, bringing the small room population to about 3. Toby was busy talking to Jack, who had smashed and killed a centipede, only one of the many bugs who populated the bathroom. Getting rather bored, I looked outside to see an adorable cockroach that was only one of many bugs that populated the house.
An adorable cockroach. I don't think I've ever used those words together. But I like how you used the words differently. So you used population with the word meaning like how many people are around, and then you use populated meaning like living in where they were in the place. So where would we find the definition of the word?
Dictionary and
the root word and meaning.
And dictionary.
Wait, where would we find the similar words? Most likely in a
dictionary.
Or
I don't know.
What's the other one we were just talking about?
Thesaurus?
Thesaurus, yes.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
And then you used it correctly in all of your sentences.
Thesaurus.
Okay, so now we're going to do our second part of our activity. Do you know what prefixes and suffixes are?
Sort of like...
What's a prefix? You can either give me the definition or like an example of one.
It's like on the front and the suffix is at the back.
A back of what?
Word?
Yeah. Okay, so first what I want you to do is look through. I just picked up this newspaper.
No.
From my house. You don't even have to read it. Just let's look for some words.
Can I throw it at the wall?
What? No.
Wait, but I'm looking for a word I'm reading.
Well, we don't have to read it. We can just like scan through it.
Every time I look at it, I read.
Okay, but let's try to find some words with prefixes and suffixes.
It's a fact that you cannot look at something without reading it.
Well, let's look through it and see if we can find an example.
Because your brain recognizes the letters, and if you recognize the letters, you can't look at it without reading.
Okay, so, well, let's just find a word with a prefix. I'm going to use a different one, different page. You said you know suffixes better. Do you find any? Can you see any suffixes?
talks. S.
S. So what is S? If you put an S at the end of a word, what does that do to it?
It means like the current event. Some words can't have prefixes or suffixes, like moose.
Some don't. You're right. So today we're going to be talking about 4 different suffixes: meant, ants.
Today? That sounds like we're talking about it for the whole day.
No, just for the time being, we're talking about that. So we're going to talk about meant, ants, ness, and shun. Do you have any
Tension.
What?
Tension.
Attention?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Detention.
detention, yeah. What's a word that has the suffix of ness on the end?
Business.
What else?
Ness. Dragoness.
What?
Dragoness.
Dragoness.
Sometimes ness is used like,
Like a princess?
yeah.
What about like kindness? Something like that. Kindness. What can you think of any?
Like, it's used to like describe something like kindness, dragoness.
What's another example of a word with N-A-S-S at the
I
end?
can't think of any. Meanness. Rudeness.
What about A-N-C-E, ants?
Nope. Got nothing.
I bet you can think of one with M-E-N-T at the end.
M-E-T?
M-E-N-T.
Men.
Amendment. Yeah. Can we add every single suffix to the end of every single word? Like, could I, to the end of the word require, could I put the word ness at the end, the suffix ness?
No.
What about shun?
Shunness, no.
Ants?
Nope.
Meant.
Mentness? No.
No.
Neat.
Okay, so we have the word
Neatness.
require. Can we put the word shun? Like, could we put the suffix of shun at the end? T-I-O-N. Require shun?
No.
What about ness?
No.
What about ants? Meant? Yes, requirement is a word. So not all words can have every suffix be put on the end of them. They're not words. It wouldn't. It's pretty much like making nonsense words.
Nonsense.
Non is a prefix. Good. Okay. So
Hey, that way that non has sense. Nonsenseness.
nonsenseness. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's a word. Okay, so our last thing, get excited. I know you will. I've written down the 4.
Here, let me help you.
I've written down the 4 suffixes: meant, ness, ants, and shun. Hold on, I haven't told you what we're doing yet. No. Erase that. I'm going to hand you a word, and you're going to figure out which suffix you can put at the end, and it would make sense. So, for example, we have the word sad. Would it be sadment? Sad ants? So which category did you put it in? So what is the... Okay. So then we write the whole word in the category. So the word is sad.
Nah.
Manage. So what word did you just create?
Management.
Management. So execute.
Execution.
Promote. So what word did you create there?
Promotion.
Okay, so could you use the word promote in a sentence for me?
I promoted my brother to Banana King.
Okay. What about promotion?
That is an object.
What?
A promotion is an object.
What is that? What do you even mean by that?
A promotion is a piece of paper that says, congratulations, you get a promotion.
Okay,
and
so
blah,
it's.
blah, blah.
Did you notice how there are two different parts of speech? All right. So you are done. So do you see how when I gave you these words and you added the suffix to the end, it changed the meaning completely? It still was similar, but it changed. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes. Now, when you have a word like run or running, it's still the same part of speech. It's an action, correct? And it the definition doesn't change, right?
No.
But with perform and performance, you are performing, or you can attend a performance, and that's the noun. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you sure?